Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Gold Rush exclusive. Tony Beets places big bets on 80 Pup. On Discovery's Gold Rush tonight, Tony Beets and the Beets crew are midway through the season and busy working the 80 Pup section of Paradise Hill. In TV show's Ace exclusive clip, we see that the hill for the Dutchman and his crew are not exactly paradise. Despite his competent crew and family behind him, the situation for Tony is always time, money, and available pay to process, and the gold mining gods are not making it easy this season. This episode sees a broken trommel plate, which adds up to 10,000 in lost gold not being processed to repair it. What happens on Gold Rush for Tony Beets? Tony Beets says, "We had some decent pay coming out of 80 Pup, no use leaving anything behind. Money doesn't grow, so you might as well pick it up." His first move is opening the 80 Pup cut at Paradise Hill, where he believes he could grind out over 1,000 ounces in just 4 weeks. Tony Beets says, "So here we are, Paradise Hill, midway through the season, and we've got a record high temperatures, and here is Tony Beets ripping the asterisk out of the permafrost. I mean, we go through all of this trouble and spend oodles of money to get to these places. Gold heavyweight, Tony Beets is fighting to get off the mat. After gambling millions on his Indian River operation, he was denied a water license and had to give up on his goal of banking 9,000 ounces this year, but Tony is refusing to throw in the towel. Beets says, "Mike's got to keep that plant fed, 24 hours a day. That takes an awful lot of ***** material. 3 banks 7,000-8,000 yards a day through that thing. So that's pretty much a full-time job. So the rest of the team, they better pull up the socks a little bit, because otherwise we just quite simply won't be able to find enough material to keep on going." Operator Ruby Mahoney says, "It's very important that we get all of this out of here now while we still can. Hopefully we can please the gold mining gods, and they'll just be good to us. We can just get this material run through without any major problems." Ants operator Brandon Kerr has just been promoted to feeding the plant. He says, "This is my second season up here in Yukon. It is hard being across the country from your family, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get by. Tony's an awesome boss. Put it this way, if he likes you, you're treated awesome long you don't do no stupid mistakes." The clip ends with a costly problem for Tony's streamlined plant. There is a huge hole discovered in the punch plate of the trommel he has to stop and fix. The roar of machinery and the distant hum of an excavator filled the crisp Yukon air as the sun peeked over the horizon. It was early morning, the time of day when the promise of gold seemed most tangible, shimmering in the dawn's light. This was no ordinary day for Tony Beets, the legendary Dutchman whose name had become synonymous with the gold mining world. Today, he was placing his biggest bet yet on a stretch of land known as 80 Pup. 80 Pup wasn't just any piece of ground. It was a historic site, whispering tales of the early gold rush era when prospectors flocked to the Yukon, driven by dreams of untold riches. The ground here was rich with legacy and lore, but also with challenges. Decades of mining had left it scared and secretive, hiding its remaining treasures deep within its ancient soils. Tony stood tall, his weather-beaten face etched with determination as he surveyed the land. His signature red bandana flapped gently in the morning breeze, a stark contrast to the imposing machinery that surrounded him. For Tony, this was more than just a mining claim. It was a testament to his unyielding spirit and relentless pursuit of gold. "We're gonna need everything we've got," Tony said, his voice a gravelly rumble, echoing the tough terrain around him. His family and crew gathered, feeling the weight of his words. Monica, his daughter, and an accomplished miner in her own right, nodded in agreement. Kevin and Mike, his sons, exchanged glances, their eyes reflecting a mix of excitement and apprehension. The Beets crew had faced formidable challenges before, but 80 Pup presented a unique set of obstacles. The ground was notoriously difficult to navigate, with layers of permafrost and unpredictable water flows that could turn a promising dig into a quagmire of mud and frustration. Yet it was precisely this challenge that drew Tony to it. The greater the risk, the sweeter the reward. As the team began to set up, the clatter of metal and the whirring of engines created a symphony of industriousness. The massive dredge, a relic of a bygone era that Tony had painstakingly restored, stood as a testament to his belief in the old ways and their potential to unearth new fortunes. This colossal machine, with its intricate gears and towering structure, was a gamble in itself, but Tony had faith in its power and precision. "All right, let's fire her up," Tony commanded, his voice cutting through the din. The dredge roared to life, belching smoke and shaking the ground as its immense buckets began their rhythmic descent into the earth. Each scoop was a step into the unknown, a journey back in time to the days when gold fever gripped the land. As the dredge worked tirelessly, Tony's mind wandered back to the stories he had heard about 80 Pup. He envisioned the early prospectors, faces lined with hope and desperation, sifting through the same dirt he now held in his hands. This connection to the past fueled his determination. He wasn't just mining for gold. He was mining for history, for the dreams of those who came before him. Days turned into weeks, and the Beets crew faced setbacks that tested their resolve. Equipment breakdowns, unexpected floods, and the relentless chill of the Yukon winter threatened to halt their progress. But Tony, ever the stalwart leader, rallied his team with a blend of grit and humor. "Gold mining ain't for the faint-hearted," he would say, his eyes twinkling with mischief. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Monica proved to be an invaluable asset, her keen eye for detail and unwavering work ethic inspiring the crew. She took charge of the cleanup operation, meticulously sifting through the dredge's output for signs of gold. Each glittering fleck she found was a beacon of hope, a promise that their hard work would pay off. Kevin and Mike, with their combined experience and ingenuity, tackled the technical challenges with determination. They modified equipment, devised new strategies, and worked long hours to keep the operation running smoothly. Their bond as brothers, forged in the fires of countless mining seasons, was unbreakable, and it showed in their unwavering commitment to the task at hand. As winter tightened its grip, the days grew shorter and the nights colder. The crew huddled around fires, sharing stories and dreams, their breath visible in the frigid air. Tony often joined them, his presence a comforting reminder of their shared purpose. One particularly cold evening, as the aurora borealis danced across the sky in a mesmerizing display of color, Tony gathered his family for a moment of reflection. "We're not just chasing gold," he said, his voice softer than usual. "We're building something that will last, something our children and their children will be proud of." The crew nodded in agreement, their faces illuminated by the ethereal glow of the northern lights. In that moment, they were more than just miners.